Hello everyone and welcome back to Waiting for the Crank Part 3! In the last episode, I left you in the middle of reading our poem again to the other girls, or having the other girls read our poem rather. I kicked it off with, my friend, right? Sayori? I kicked it off with Sayori last time, sorry. I recorded the first two back-to-back as you already know, so this third one I took a 2-day break in between, so gotta get, reacclimated, but I'm still waiting for the crank, goddammit. I want to know what's going to happen here. Hopefully I can still keep up with the voice acting. Let's see what I can do today. Going in cold here, but let's just start off with Natsuki, which was the stuck-up easy, right? Oh yeah, this one, the one that likes the manga. We hung out with her a lot in the last episode. Sat down and read some manga together. Anyway, Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know... Natsuki struggles to find the word she wants. I just expected a lot less after what you showed me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky with this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know. Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems this cute. I mean, well written. No, I mean... Ah, so that's how it is. My poem is cute. No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things. Natsuki shoves my poem back towards me. Huh? Reading it again, I decided that it's not so great after all. It's too cute in Doki Doki. It would only impress, you know, girls who like these kinds of things. For some reason, Natsuki's incredibly easy to see through. For some reason. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, you're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by your taste, you'll probably like it a lot. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Sure. Alright, here we go. Let me get a swig of water here. Alright. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. What a poem, dude. This sounds like it's written by a first grader who just really hates spiders. Well, then again, we're talking about like a 9th grader, you know, a first year who looks like a 3-year-old, so it's cool. Anyway, there you go. Spider hater. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you don't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course! It's about how everyone thinks about it. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that! I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. But you mean we have to write another one? Doesn't really surprise me at this point, I guess. Ow! That was my knee hitting the desk. Ow, ow, ow. Ah, yeah, that was good. That was real good. Cool. Felt great. Alright, since we kicked it off with Yuri on the first day, we'll go to Monica now. We'll finish it off with Yuri. Oh god, I gotta do the fucking sexy voice, if you can call it sexy. Hi again, Funky G. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. I like it, Funky G. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? In fact, I have when I was in, like, fucking 2nd grade or 3rd grade. Maybe a long time ago. Oh, man. Does this game read my mind or what? He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. But you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Here we go. Save me! Somebody save... Okay. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me! What? Load me? Does that really say load me? Huh? I'm so confused. This one is way too high level, dude. It's way too high level. I don't get it. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ha ha ha! That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. See you next time. So she gave us a hint about the game. Maybe next time we make a choice between two girls, which might happen after we talk to Yuri here, maybe we should make a save before we make the choice. I didn't even think about that, but I totally should have made a save before I picked Yuri over Natsuki. But then again, I'm still going for Yuri, technically. I'm fucking around with the poems, but if I have to make choices, I'm still going to lean toward Yuri. Let's just see what happens, though. Yuri, what up, girl? Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Funky G. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. And write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. Okay, here we go. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. So my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Oh my god. Oh my god. This one is... Oh my god, this one is too real, dude. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing with this one, but she's writing a poem about me right now, dude. She's totally doing it. She's saying that she's feeding me just to fucking make me fucking come right back to her, dude. This is not cool. This is not a cool poem. I take exception to this, goddammit. The problem is, this is the girl I'm going for. Damn it. She's sucking me into her. She's a succubus. I knew it. I knew it. Anyway. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I can. Oh, I can. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. Yep, good listener. Just stare and nod. Just stare and nod. Anyway. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? Ugh, it's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Oh, God. No, not a performance. Performing? Monica? Yeah. We're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori's, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's a bad idea, or that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Oh man, come on. Come on. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a few days ago. A couple days ago, whatever. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right! And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I clicked right on her nose, I just realized. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask, bitches. Read your goddamn poems, 'cause I said so. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left, so don't maybe me, bitch. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Oh, right! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica!
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next. Wow. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri!
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality. Oh, she glances around her. Oh, she's bewildered. Oh, she's something. Sorry, I ruined that, didn't I? Anyway, bewildered by even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, come on. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Funky G liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean?
Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Huh. Don't make me go before Funky G. It's not like I could compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Funky G lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Owned. Natsuki. It's fine. Oh, I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Nah, it doesn't make me feel awkward. It makes me feel... things. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are y'all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Huh. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy.
Look at that pose, though. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going hum together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Funky-Chi, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Trying to make me feel bad about walking home with the other girl when there's 3 other girls who clearly want my affection. It's not fair. It's not fair. Anyway, I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sorry, fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Natsuki asks to walk home with you. What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, God. Can I save it? Okay, we're going to do that save thing that Monica taught us how to do real quick. I like that saving takes literally like 2 clicks. It's pretty nice with no loading time. So this is how you shun Natsuki if you don't like. Would I rather walk home with Natsuki or Sayori? I mean, if I had to choose between Sayori and Natsuki, at this point I'd probably still pick Natsuki because Sayori is still too bubbly of a personality. In fact, I've probably shifted on who's my favorites. I think Natsuki has swapped with Sayori at this point. Sorry, girl next door. I'd walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it! Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe, but I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling a bit awkward. But it was kind of her fault for... come on! This happened last time! I love that happened. That's going to be a recurring thing on this LP, watch. It's going to happen again tomorrow, I can feel it. Anyway. But it was the kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Who knows? Who frickin' knows? Alright, time to do some more poetry. Okay, so one thing I did kind of notice, but I didn't really point it out because it wasn't that clear to me. But every time you choose a word... Wait. Okay, it doesn't matter if you hover over it. Every time you choose a word, though, the girl you're trying to go for will hop up and down. So, like, if I pick the right word for Yuri, she'll hop up and down. You know, Natsuki, Sayori. I guess you can't go for Monica? Is that why she's not here? I guess. Anyway, I'm still going to lean toward Yuri because, dude, that purple hair, though. Alright. So, what haven't I used yet? I'm going to go try to lean toward Yuri again in this one. So, horror is the only one that works here for me. Well, Rain Cloud. Have we used Rain Cloud already? I don't remember if I used Rain Cloud. I'm going to pick horror. Horror. Let's do it. No, unstable. Unstable. I don't think I used that. Existence, hurt, forgive, judgment, pain, color, prayer, defeat, fear, sunny. I don't think I used hurt. Let's go with that. Fickle, music, lust, excitement, party, disarray. Did I use disarray last time? I used scars for sure. Let's use disarray. Cage, nature, milk, tenacious, disown, fireworks, laugh, agonizing, romance, imagination. I feel like I used agonizing. I think I did on the very first poem. Pick cage. Yeah, see, she's hopping up and down, so we're definitely picking the right thing. Alright, intellectual, charm, mouse, flower, time, headphones, determination, special, frightening. I don't think I picked frightening before. Fluffy, cry, amazing, playground, vertigo, skirt, smile, explode, holiday universe. I definitely picked cry before. I did not pick vertigo. I wanted to, though. Fantasy, destiny, lucky, cute, loud, nightgown, sunset, vitality, swimsuit, shopping. Shopping! Loud. I just picked it. That was apparently a Sayori one. I don't know. That was an impulse pick because I didn't see one that was perfect for Yuri. Atone, clumsy, bunny play, heart, entropy, huh? Whirlwind, friends, whisper, inferno. I used inferno before. Let's pick entropy. I like that word. Unrequited, depression, promise, portrait, together, sparkle, bouncy, question, joy, heartbeat. All right, we'll pick depression this time. I skipped it on purpose last time. What? Depression worked for Sayori? That's surprising, actually. Doki Doki. Jump, marshmallow, melancholy, passion, empty. Going with empty. What? Empty for her again? What the heck? I'm picking the wrong ones, dude. Death, fireflies, strawberry, comfort, adventure, heaven sent, ambient, nibble, grief, puppy. Grief. What the? How am I picking the wrong one for her every time? What's wrong with me? Giggle, sticky, treasure, philosophy, dance, skipping, anime, rainbow, flying, hopeless. Hopeless. What the? How am I picking the wrong ones? What the heck? I'm confused. Pout. Nope, that's the wrong one too. Shit. Uncontrollable. Yeah, there we go. Alone, breathe, precious games, covet, silly, contamination. There it is. Extraordinary, pink, incongruent, crimson. Yeah, there we go. I like the word crimson. That's a good word. Crimson. Unending, warm, uncanny, eternity, tragedy. Oh, come on. Electricity. I used despise before, didn't I? Anxiety, insight, parfait, anxiety. There we go. And let's finish it off with a oh wait, and we got one more. Massacre and oh man, I always pick Boop though. I don't want to pick Boop. Let's end it off with disoriented. Yeah, okay. I think I got more Yuri than anything else. I think. I hope. Anyway.
Oh man, I'm the last one here again.
Don't worry, I just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too.
I can't wait for the festival. Whoa, dude. Why are you so happy? What the heck?
It's gonna be great.
What? Are you the same person that was here yesterday?
Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. That's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. What the heck? Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people?
I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? What do you mean, you people?
Because it's right in your name. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Monica.
Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind.
It makes no sense in translation. Breaking the fourth wall.
Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway.
Excuse me?
Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Late. Is she late or is she... No, she was here already, right? Sayori is sitting at a desk at the corner of the room looking down at nothing? Uh-oh. Now she's all sad? What happened? I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Sayori shows a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk.
Funky G, what's up?
Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? In what way do you mean?
Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today.
Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her.
Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. You're telling me she does that all the time? Come on, not her. You crazy. She's the girl that eats the cookie straight out of your hand if you're holding it and not eating it. Come on, man.
Maybe there is something on her mind.
Damn it. Keep clicking out of the window accidentally.
But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Funky G.
Wait, what? What? Why is that a surprise?
You certainly know her a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things before that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now.
No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest.
Person of interest? Dun dun dun! What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Funky G.
Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion?
Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her.
What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been.
You're so funny, Funky G. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now.
Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to forget her or get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear it from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, and that I'm letting this wear me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. Hello?
I didn't mean to bother you, or anything.
Relax, you didn't even do anything.
But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my thoughts? How are you able to tell that I was thinking like that?
Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that.
In any case, I guess you're right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern.
Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen.
It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori.
Sayori?
Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh? That's quite romantic. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid.
It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all.
Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings.
Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much.
Funky G, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep within plain sight, or beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them.
So you think that there may be something behind it after all?
I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she?
Well, I guess that was the case.
Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Ooh. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze.
Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves, and you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover the feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her.
Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you.
That's not a compliment, is it?
It is what it is, bitch. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading?
Well, as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah? I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk, then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. Simply watch her movements. My favorite thing to do. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not?
Shall we go then? Yeah.
Where are you two off to?
We're just, Yuri was gonna go make some tea, so, you know, I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
Oh, damn. That's,
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Funky G in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Funky G.
Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Okay. That wasn't awkward. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri?
I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not for Monica to judge people like that.
Funky G, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away, but you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Funky G, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyways.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Back to the class.
Funky G, do you like oolong tea?
Wrong voice, doesn't matter. Yeah. Anything's fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. What? She hums? Schmexy. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Nice! In there, dude. We're getting in there. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Funky G. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Funky G, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back.
Whoa. Is there a reason why you're having problems with your back? Just kidding, just kidding.
I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because
your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading.
Yes! I have terrible reading posture.
Yes. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Posture. Yes, that's the word. Not posture. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolates as well. It's a small bag of chocolates, or bag of small chocolate candies, that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding on one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
What? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. Hey. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. What? Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest! Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Dude, she wants you to touch her chest. On quote-unquote accident. Anyway, she wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. Oh yeah, all that willpower, bro. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Of course. Oh, snap. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time... Wait. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. Got it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Ooh. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to her mouth, and I pop it in. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Oh, damn. Look at that chocolate hanging from that girl's mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Funky G. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right. I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation is really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Sorry, what? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Funky G, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks the teacups off from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. My oh my, that was getting hot as fuck. But thus we have been what's the word? Cock-blocked? I think that's the right word. Cock-blocked once again. I was getting real hot though, I'm not gonna lie. That was getting good. I still say we're getting cranked. I still say this whole thing's a front for something that's gonna go apeshit. I'm telling you, man. I'm waiting for that moment. I don't know how much longer that moment's gonna be, but if this is the last day of the week and then it's the weekend and then the festival, I'm imagining that that'll be the end of the game when we get to that point. Because we're already on the third hour. Well, you know, we're almost done with 3 hours worth of through the game, at least in terms of like hours that I've played the game. I might be going through it slower than, you know, a normal playthrough would go, so it may take me a little bit longer than a traditional playthrough of this game would probably take. But anyway, if I keep babbling, then the episodes will get longer for no artificial reason other than I can't shut up. So next time on Doki Doki Literature Club, which I didn't call it in the beginning, we'll read the poem for today with all the girls and read their poems as well. So I will see you guys then. Peace!